All right. The Magic Treehouse Thanksgiving on Thursday. Chapter 1. What feast? Come on, said Annie. She stood in the doorway of Jack's bedroom. Let's check the woods. But it's Thursday, said Jack. We're going to Grandmother's soon. I know, said Annie, but I have a feeling the treehouse might be back. I think Morgan might have sent us a new rhyme. Jack trusted Annie's feelings. Okay, but we'll have to be quick, he said. He threw his notebook and pencil into his backpack. He followed her downstairs. Be back soon, Jack called to their parents. Very soon, their dad said. Don't forget, it's Thursday, said their mom. We're leaving for Grandma's at 9. I know, said Jack. We'll be back in 10 minutes, said Annie. They hurried out their house. They ran across their yard, up the street, and into Frog Creek Woods. Jack and Annie ran through the light and shadow until they stopped at the tallest oak. Yay, said Annie. You were right, said Jack. High in the tree was the magic tree house. Jack grabbed the rope ladder and started up. Annie was right behind him. They climbed into the tree house. Sunlight slanted through the windows. Good, our gifts from our last trip are still here, said Annie. She pointed to the scrolls from Shakespeare's theater and the twig from the gorillas. Proof we found the magic of the theater and the magic of animals, said Jack. Look, said Annie. She pointed to the book laying in the corner. A piece of paper was sticking out of it. Jack pulled out the paper. It's from Morgan, he said. He read, Dear Jack and Annie, good luck on your third journey to find special magic. This rhyme will guide you. To find a special magic, when work and toil are done, gather all together and turn 3 words into 1. Thank you, Morgan. So, who do we gather with? Wondered Jack. Annie held up the book. The painting on the cover showed a basket of corn on a wooden table, and the title said, A Feast to Remember. We gather at a feast, she said. She pointed to the cover. I wish we could go there. Hold on, Jack said. What kind of feast? Where? When? But the wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Chapter 2. Shh. Jack opened his eyes. Bright golden sunlight poured into the treehouse. The air felt crisp and cool. Annie was wearing a long dress, a white cap, and an apron. Jack wore a jacket with a frilly collar. He wore short pants, long socks, leather shoes, and a hat. His backpack was now a leather bag. I like your hat, said Annie. It's funny. Yours too, said Jack. You look like a pilgrim, said Annie. So do you, said Jack. Oh man, I bet we're in the time of the pilgrims. He and Annie scrambled to the window. The treehouse had landed in the tall oak near the edge of the forest. Red and yellow leaves rattled in the cool breeze. Past the forest was a small village, and past the village was the ocean. It looks like this is where the pilgrims lived, said Jack. We studied it in school. He opened the research book and found a picture of the village by the sea. He read aloud. In 1620, a group of 102 passengers sailed from England to America on a ship called the Mayflower. Many of the people on board wanted freedom of religion. They wanted to worship God in their own way, not the way the King of England made them. Others wanted to find a new life in new land. Today we call all the people who sailed on the Mayflower pilgrims. Yes, said Annie. Jack read on. The pilgrims wanted to settle near New York, but a storm blew their ship north and they landed in the bay on the coast of what is now Massachusetts. 6 years before, Captain John Smith had explored the coast. He had named the bay Plymouth. Plymouth, said Annie. That's where the first Thanksgiving was. Oh man, Jack smiled. So that's the feast. Wow, said Annie. My class put on a play about Thanksgiving. Mine too, said Jack. I played a pilgrim, said Annie. I played a turkey, said Jack. Now we'll get to meet the real pilgrims, said Annie. And the governor, Bradford, and Miles. Come on. She started down the ladder. Wait, what will we say? Said Jack. Well, we'll just tell them hi and stuff, said Annie. Are you nuts? Said Jack. He put the book back in his bag. They won't understand who we are. We need a plan. He slung the bag over his shoulder and hurried down the ladder after Annie. Listen, we need a... Jack started. I know, a plan, said Annie. But first, let's get a closer look at the village and just watch. Okay, said Jack. But we can't let anyone see us. We have to be careful and quiet. Amaya, are you paying attention or are you singing? Thank you. He and Annie started walking carefully through the woods, but they did not walk quietly. The autumn leaves crunched and crackled under their leather shoes. Shh, said Jack. I can't help it, said Annie. You're doing it too. Then we have to stop, said Jack. Let's get behind the tree and watch from here. They crunched over to the tree at the edge of the woods. In the distance was a row of small log houses with steep thatched roofs. Jack pulled out the book he found at the part about villages. Then he pushed his glasses up to read to himself. The pilgrims brought chickens, geese, goats, and sheep from England. They brought seeds to plant, and they knew how to make traps to catch wild animals for food. But they could not have survived without the help of a Wampanoag, Indian named Miss Ingram doesn't know this name. Squanto? We're going to say Squanto, and Miss Ingram's going to look it up. Squanto taught them how to grow corn. Hi, you? Annie whispered. Jack looked up. Annie was talking to a skinny yellow dog. The dog sniffed the tree near them. Don't let him see us, Jack whispered. Why? Said Annie. The dog looked at them and barked. That's why, said Jack. The skinny dog barked again and again and again. 2 pilgrim men ran to the other side of their house. Then more pilgrims appeared. They all looked in different directions of the barking dog. Oh no, said Jack. Let's go back. We don't have a plan yet. He packed up the book and started away from the tree. Suddenly, something tightened around his ankle. The tree branch snapped. Ah! Jack shouted as he jerked up into the air. All right, that's the end of chapter 2.